In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, B-Up's on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, B-Wop tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of the night.
What's going on? What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on this Saturday evening or Saturday night, depends on where you at. Hey, you're watching Sports Talk with B Watts. The only thing I ask that you do, hey, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and also share this video with one of your friends. I just need you to share the video to whoever you would like to share it to, and I will truly appreciate that. Once again, you're watching Sports Talk with B Watts. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit that like button as you come in. Also, and if you'd like to support the broadcast through Cash App, Super Chat, or just by simply joining the membership, whatever you do will be highly appreciated. What's going on, man? It's so good to see you all and talk to y'all tonight. Yeah, I had a busy day. But I gotta say hello to you. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Silly? How you feeling? Michael Lockhart is in the building. RDRD is here. Miss Harris, how you feeling? 767 is in the building. My dog, superstar, who you are. I love CC is in the building. Mr. Wayne Hood, appreciate your brother for dropping by. Sports Talk will be watched tonight. I'm telling y'all, got a good show. Got a good show. I'm gonna give you my best. I'm gonna pour it all into you. TC, what's going on? How you feeling? Appreciate you. Appreciate you tonight. Sister, Carmen sister, what's going on? Miss Carolyn Shepherd, I see you. I see you. And I appreciate you. Miss Sabrina, how you feeling? How you feeling, Miss Sabrina? How you feeling? Thanks for everything that you do for Sports Talk. BD is in the building. BD is here. BD is here. She here. She here. She here. She here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. She here. Yep, yep. She here. Yep, yep. She here. She here. You here. Well, guess what, family? Let's get ready to talk about my dog, the one and only Shedeur Sanders. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Reverend Nelson? How you feeling, man? But before we move on, I just want to share this information with you before we move on. I'm just gonna let you know it's gonna be some things that you finna get ready to hear about that's coming up involving the Cleveland Browns. I'm finna go on and get it out the way, and I don't want to talk about it no more. All right, y'all good with that? I'm gonna share this information. This is what just came down from the Cleveland Browns reporter, the running back who we was talking about 2 days ago. Uh, Quinshawn Jumping appears to be has been arrested in the state of Florida. Early this morning, he's facing charges of touch or strike, battery, or domestic violence per the county public arrest records. That's all I can report on. He's one of the number one running backs that was in college last year. He's the running back from Ohio State that the Cleveland Browns drafted. He's been arrested. I'm sure you'll start hearing more information about it as it comes out. It just hit about 2 hours ago, and some people were sending me the information, so I just want to share it to you. All right, I'm through with it. All right, I hope he get out of it. I hope everything turn out all right for him. We're praying for him. All right, but yeah, let's get back to what we do. What we do. What we do. We keep it positive over here. Check this out. My dog, Shedeur Sanders, is still out there putting in that work, as I showed you yesterday. Yes, he is. He putting out that work. Hey, I need you to hit that like button. Hit this like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Look here. Once again, Shedeur Sanders is putting in that work, and you got to put some respect on his name. Yeah, that goes for the Cleveland media. That goes for everybody who's has something to negative to say about Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, boy, working. I love CC. He working. It don't matter where he's at. Every day he's working. And Shiloh sent a message out a couple days ago. My dad said, only thing we need to be doing is working, working, working. And Shedeur and Shiloh are out there working. They out there working. What's going on, Val? See, I see. Listen, at some point, you're gonna have to start putting some respect on Shedeur Sanders' name. You just is. There ain't no way around it because he putting in that work. He putting in that work on the field and off the field because he know the task at hand. He knows what's coming up, and that's July the 18th. We already know what that is. That's training camp. Training camp. That's right, Sid. Training camp. Training camp is getting ready to come up, and you can't hide from competition. You can't hide Joe Flacco. You can't hide Kenny Pickett. You can't hide Dylan Gabriel, nor Shedeur Sanders. Neither one of these quarterbacks will you be able to hide. You cannot say that you protecting them. They grown men. They grown men. You cannot continue to come out there and say, I'm holding back Joe Flacco because he knows the offense. He don't need the reps. Oh, he need them reps. You can't hide him no more. You can't hide Shedeur Sanders because the lights is fin to get even brighter when training camp started. You thought the rookie mini camp was lit up. If you thought OTAs were lit up, if you thought that the mandatory mini camp was lit up, man, Cleveland Brown in for a world big awakening. Revenues. They in for a world, I mean, a shock, a big shock. You know how many people is going to be tuning in to this Cleveland Brown quarterback competition. Ain't for one person drawing all attention. And if you take them away, wouldn't nobody care. You take Shedeur Sanders away from this quarterback room, man, half of the world said, man, we used to y'all being like this. We ain't worrying about Cleveland. We ain't worrying about Joe Flacco. We ain't worrying about Kenny Pickett. We ain't worrying about Dylan Gabriel. That's y'all mess. If you take Shedeur Sanders away from your room, Cleveland Brown, we would have never heard of Mary Kay. I tell you what, chat, Miss Crystal Wise with me. I see you, TC, Reverend Nelson, Wayne Hood, Tim Eyes. If it wasn't for Shedeur Sanders, did y'all know Mary Kay Copeland before Shedeur Sanders came a part of the Cleveland Brown franchise? Okay. Okay, let me come at you like this. I see you later, Ed. Sabrina. Did y'all ever hear of Tony Grossman before Shedeur Sanders got to the Cleveland Brown organization? I'm just trying to tell you. Matter of fact, I even push a little far. I love CC, Jan, RDRD. I even push a little far. Did y'all ever hear anything about a person named Andrew Bailey, the general manager, before Shedeur Sanders got there? He bringing all the attention to the Cleveland Browns. Matter of fact, let's go even a little further. Did you know the owner name of the Cleveland Browns? Now, I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just trying to tell you, wasn't nobody's thinking about Jack, the Cleveland Browns before Shedeur Sanders arrived. Nobody. Matter of fact, R. Crawley, matter of fact, sis, check this out. Check this out. In the off season, what other team is talking about their general manager and head coach? Why are they in the news? I tell you why. Because they've been losers for at least 10 or 15 years. You don't even know the general manager from the Baltimore Ravens. You don't even know the general manager for the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't even know the general manager from the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just trying to tell you, a organization that's been winners for so long, you don't hear from the people up there in the office because they doing their job. They scouting. They looking for that person who can take their team to the next level. They ain't all in the news. They're not even out there on the practice field. No, they're not. But when you come to the Cleveland Browns, you see the owner, you see the general manager, you see the assistant general manager, you see the head man, you see them all. Why? Because they're losers. They're losers. And you have to give all the credit right now. They winning right now. They winning the offseason. They winning in ticket sales. They winning in jersey sales. They winning getting a new stadium. You know why? Because of Shedeur Sanders. The player who they tried to keep out of the league behind all that. The player who they said they didn't want because he's a distraction. The NFL said take him off the board because we don't want to put up with all that hoopla with his dad, with his name, the Sanders name. They weren't saying that when the Madness was playing, but they had to say it when Shedeur and Coach Prime was getting ready to enter the NFL. Once again, the NFL is living off that draft, and right now, during the off season, all Shedeur Sanders name. Ain't nobody talking about nobody else. They ain't talking about the Dallas Cowboys. They ain't talking about the Baltimore Ravens. They ain't talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody talking about the Cleveland Browns. What game we gonna try to make? When we gonna get that jersey? Is it okay to buy a jersey now? That's the talk you hearing now. The Cleveland Browns are winning right now, and it's a sad thing, but it also is a good thing, Janet, TC, and R. Crawford, and I love CC. It's a good thing because they know they was lying on Shedeur about everything prior to that draft and after that draft. They were just trying to mud the name of the Saints. That's all. And guess what? It worked. It worked. It worked for that part of the time. But it ain't gonna work the whole season. Because you can't keep telling those lies. Because film don't start coming out. People don't start to notice the tone in their voices. You know, the narrative. I played you a video yesterday. I played you a video yesterday. A certain person at the radio station was telling you what I've been telling you all along. How long will the Cleveland Browns continue to play this game with Shedeur Sanders being a fifth round draft pick when we know he was a first round or second round talent quarterback. And he came out on the radio station and said those words. I played you the video yesterday. I'm going to play it again today. I'm just trying to tell you, watch how the narrative start changing about Shedeur Sanders. Because you know why? Open training camp finna start. That means the public can come and see what Mary Kay been reporting. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Talk tonight, be watching. The public can come and see what Tony Grossman, been lying about all this time. Training camp is finna start. The NFL cameras, they go to everybody training camp, and the public is finna get ready to see. Lord, gee, hit me one time. But check this out. It don't stop right there. Those inter-squad scrimmages is finna to start, and the NFL cameras gonna be in the building. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay, you ain't like that. Let me come at you like this. The preseason games, they televise those, and we all gonna be able to see what's going on in the Cleveland Browns organization for as their quarterback. Yeah. See, you can't keep telling them lies. See, them lies got to stop. And they finna stop now. They don't start to stop. You see, you ain't gonna hear those reports no more that he didn't know the playbook. You're not gonna hear those reports no more that he didn't know the offense. You're not gonna hear those reports anymore that he don't get along with his teammates. You're not gonna hear those reports anymore. Because in the past, it was limited to the press, to certain ones, only to the Cleveland beat writers, Mary Kay, Tony G. They can only one that can go in there and report back to us and a few more other people. But guess what? Yeah. They've been opening this thing up to the public. Boy, I love it. I love it. The devil is a lie. Walk them down 12. Walk them down, Shedeur. Shedeur finna go out there and put on a show. And they can't keep lying about it. You're going to start hearing stuff like this come out of Mary Kay mouth. Watch this. Watch this now. Watch this, family. You're not going to hear that they trying to protect him because we trying to grow him along slowly. You're not going to hear that no more. You're a grown man. You're not going to hear that he didn't know the playbook and that the rest of the quarterbacks are way ahead of him. You're not going to hear that no more. You see, they tried to paint him in a different light so everybody else can see him in that light. She used the tactics that the New York Giants did during their pre-draft assessment of Shedeur Sanders. And then they brought it into Cleveland and tried to do the same thing to the public. But guess what? The videos leaked. The videos leaked. The pictures leaked. That pass percentage leaked out to the public. And everybody was saying, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah. Hold on, Mary Kay. Yeah. What you saying don't line up to what our eyes are seeing on the videos. Did it? Y'all in the video, Mary Kay. You all in the video. Yeah. You the producer. You all in the video. The stats that Shedeur is doing. Even you reported that he was 7-7 in the red zone, but you went to the radio station and tried to paint the dude as a yeah, that he didn't know the plays. You can't go 7-7 in the red zone and don't know the plays or know how to make a check. You can't do that. See, your lies no ran out. You've been exposed. When you at first of all, when you got exposed when you said he only played for one offensive coordinator his whole college career, and that was Pat Sherman. You lied right there. And that's what alarming came up about you. Because we all know he only played Pat Sherman for 1 year. So your credibility was shot. right there on the spot. I'm just trying to tell you, family, you finna hear some narratives that come out of their mouth. You're gonna say, whoa, what it was from the first start. Yeah, yeah, yeah. yeah. Hey, where this come from? Because one thing about training camp, one thing about inter squad practice and preseason game, one thing about that, family, I, you when you go onto that football field, your play speak for itself because films don't lie. Nah, when you put it on film and everybody can see it, can't nobody lie on you. Can't nobody lie on you when you put it on film. And that's what Shedeur have done, and that's what he finna continue to do when training camp starts. My work gonna speak for me. I don't need Mary Kay to speak for me. I don't need Tony G to speak for me. My work on this football field is been a show for me. Shedeur Sanders. Put some respect on Shedeur Sanders' name. And it's finna start coming out slowly during training camp. Competition. Because you can't hide from competition. You cannot hide from competition. The flaws of Joe Flacco finna show. I already done showed you the flyer for what ESPN Cleveland and 92.3 are saying about Joe Flacco. You see, they don't change their tune. They were hammering on Shedeur, but now they are hammering on Joe Flacco. What did they say? They say everybody's trying to hang their hat on Joe Flacco from 2 years ago. Same thing I've been telling. They expect Joe Flacco to come out there and perform the way he did 2 years ago. If Joe Flacco was on any other team other than Cleveland, what else they say that you said be what? He would be a what? Okay then. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you. Even I'm trying to tell you, the media is fit to change the narrative about the Cleveland Brown quarterback room. Put some respect on Shedeur Sanders' name, and you finna see it because they know Joe Flacco should be cut today. 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 41 years old, finna be 42, ain't got no reason playing in the NFL. None whatsoever. None. And they gonna show his head in them inner squad scrimmages with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. You ain't even got to worry about the preseason. It's gonna show his head in the Philadelphia game because they scrimmaged them twice. Twice. And when it get down to Kenny Pickett, it gonna show you he don't belong here. It didn't work out for him in Pittsburgh. It didn't work out for him in Philadelphia. What makes you think anything gonna change in Cleveland about these two quarterbacks? The oldest ones, the ones that Mary Kay promote, the ones that Tony Grossman is promoting. Ain't nothing gonna change on that football field. It's some young cats on that Philadelphia team trying to make their team and gonna try to put Joe Flacco in that medical team. It's some cats on that Carolina football team, 23, 28 years old, got two kids, got to pay the mortgage, got to pay their rent, know they need to make the team, gonna try to send Kenny Pickett in that medical team. Because you gotta remember, they just left OTAs and mandatory minicamp with a 55 or 58% passing rate. Half of they pass. And guess what? You want to know what the kicker is? They was in short pants. The same thing that most of you all were saying that didn't count when Shedeur showed up with Helmets and short pants and throw almost to 80%. Let that sink in with you today. The narrative is finna change about Shedeur Sanders. Why? Because the competition finna come kick in. Yeah, them shoulder pads come on. Only thing I'm trying to tell you, them shoulder pads is meant to come on. The shoulder pad, you gonna hear them. They gonna get ready to do they finna get ready to do the Ursula. They finna get ready to do the Chris Brown. They finna slide a little bit. They're gonna slide back, slide back, slide back. Yeah, I heard G. Bush say they finna do a little Michael Jackson. They finna moonwalk it all the way back. Oh no, we ain't finna let you do that because we remember what you were saying. Yeah, early in the process. Yeah. We heard what you were saying. We gonna make you put on Michael Jackson gloves. Yeah. G Bush said today. I heard you, G Ball. G Dog, you were talking that trash today, boy. Yeah, I said I gotta get me some of this. I'm right behind you, big dog. G Bush out. No, it's your time to put on that Michael Jackson glitter glove and moonwalk. Everything that you said back slowly but surely. But he used Michael Jackson. I'm using the latest version, Chris Brown and Usher. Oh, you got to moonwalk that stuff back. You know what they finna say? We know Shedeur was that talented, but we know Joe Flacco had to train him up to get that way. Get out of here with that mess. You ain't seen Joe Flacco do nothing. But you're gonna hear that. You finna hear that from Mary Kay when she go on the radio station. Another thing they're gonna say, yeah, we knew he was a second round talent anyway. But no, you kept saying that he was drafted in the fifth round. That's what you were saying. The narrative is finna change. Why? Because the public is invited to the scrimmages. The NFL is finna bring their cameras to the preseason game, and everything gonna show up, and people gonna show up, and they gonna have to do the Usher, and they gonna have to do the Chris Brown without the glove. I love it. I love it. Cause my dog is out there putting that work in. Listen, FD, Miss Gretchen, to a video that I played yesterday. I played it for you yesterday. I played it for you yesterday. I played it for you yesterday. If ain't nobody else played it, I think I was the first one to play it. Here we go. I'm gonna play it again. Here's this certain guy at the radio station who was killing Shedeur when he first arrived. And here he go right now, changing that tune and singing that song. He doing everything to keep from Chris Brown. He doing everything keep from Ursula, but he messed up when he got to the end. He had to moonwalk. He had to put on the glove. Yeah, he had to put on that glove and dance himself off that stage. Well, what did he do and say to dance himself off the stage? He had to tell you what B. Watt's been telling you. If you keep playing them games with Shedeur and keep trying to penalize him because he's a fifth round draft pick, in your eyes, you're going to find yourself out of job, Kevin Sebastian. And hear what he had to say. I know they listen to me. Yeah, I know they is. Here we go.
If you want to treat Shedeur like a fifth round pick, now I get it. But you have to be open to that second round talent being the thing that sparks your own curiosity. He's got to do it, guys. I know he's got to do it. I'm not here to say where some people just want to give him things. Nope. It's the NFL. And I think he's got a great personality, so I think he'll naturally endear himself to his teammates. But how you really endear yourself to your teammates are work harder than everyone, know the playbook better than everyone, execute better than everyone, be the most physically talented quarterback or somewhere in that conversation. Shedeur has that opportunity. And if he doesn't, and the Browns stick to this idea of the things that they allowed to tamp down the Shedeur hype into camp, into the regular season, if he's doing everything that matters and you still treat him like a fifth-round pick, then at some point on a team with really just not great quarterback options, you are harming yourself. And that is exactly how you get fired. So don't do that.
He told you just like I've been saying. That's how you get fired. Playing with people. Playing with the Sanders name will get you fired. Playing with their reputation, what they done built up, is gonna get you fired, Kevin Sebastian. Look at here. I need 150 likes. I love CC. I need 150 likes right now. Can y'all work on that? I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell y'all, family. You keep playing, Kevin Sebastian, with that Sanders name and that hate in your heart, just because you might think Coach Prime gonna get your job, you're gonna find yourself out of job halfway through the season if you play with Shedeur Sanders. because we already know. He just told you. You can't keep doing Shedeur and treat him like a fifth round draft pick when your quarterback room ain't that good. He told you exact words I've been telling you all along. Joe Flacco ain't him. You trying to find lightning in the bottle? It ain't him. Kenny Pickett, who you traded for, ain't him. He wasn't him in Pittsburgh. He wasn't him in Philadelphia. And also, you reached up for Dylan Gabriel. Only person that on this roster in your quarterback room that can help you and your franchise is Shedeur Sanders. Y'all been living in past tense for so long. You don't know a good thing when you see it. You don't know a good thing when you see it because hear me on this. Hear me on this, Cleveland Brown. And I hope you see this and run across this. Certain people have not been through what you've been through. I'm talking about Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders haven't been through what y'all been through. He told you at that meeting that they had with the players, if you're not trying to change your franchise, I ain't the guy for you. Do you know who my dad is? See, you thought that was a slap in the face to y'all. No, he was just telling you the truth. That's all. He was just being honest with you. They've been winners everywhere they've been. What he was trying to tell you, they've been successful. They were successful at Jackson State. Just in case you ain't did the history. They turned that program around, whether you like the Sanders or not, whether you like Coach Prime or not, whether you agree with some of the things that he did or said or not. He left that college in a better situation than he received. You can't argue that. They went to Colorado. Coach Prime took his quarterback, who is his son, and the rest of them to Colorado, entered into a team that was 1-11. 1-11. The first year, they won 4 games. They started out the gate, won the first 3. Then all hell broke loose after that. Injuries started piling up. Didn't have the depth. Well, guess what? Coach Prime looked at the overall picture and said, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to do that. And last year, they finished 9-4. Progress. Once again, Shedeur have not been what y'all been through. He's battle tested. He's battle tested. He's a winner. Whether he have the size of Josh Allen, whether he have the size and the speed of Lamar Jackson or not, he's still a winner. He might not have those attributes that those quarterbacks got, but I can tell you what, ain't now one of them quarterbacks gonna throw a 77% in OTA. Ain't neither one of those quarterbacks finished college with a 74 passing completion rating in college. Accurate, tough in that pocket, strong arm, can throw a wide receiver open consistently. He been doing it in rookie minicamp up there in Cleveland. He been doing it in OTAs. He just did it in mandatory minicamp. The offensive coordinator, Tommy Reese, walked by and said, your ball placement is outstanding. Put some respect on Shedeur Sanders' name. Put some respect on his name. The media is slowly coming around. We'll be coming around the mountain when she's gone. We'll be coming around the mountain. We'll be coming around the mountain. They coming around the mountain. They coming around the mountain. You can't continue to tell them lies because people are watching closely. They're watching closely. They see him out there putting that work in. They see him out there putting that work in the rain, in the sunshine, in the heat, Miami, Texas, the beach. It don't matter. Shedeur Sanders is putting that work in. And work don't lie. Work just want to work. Don't give a damn about how it get done. It just want to get done. Yeah. Ain't that what big man used to say? Yeah. Ain't that what that defensive coach used to say for Colorado? Big Lou? The work just want to get done. And Shedeur doing it. He done did everything y'all told him to do. Y'all told him to go to the bottom of the field. He went. You told him don't speak to the media until we tell you to. He ain't done. And he nailed everything that you done told him to do. 100. Put some respect on the name. The media finna change. You know why they gonna change? Because everything they don't say. I mean, everything that they have said negative about Shedeur Sanders was a lie. And it don't show his head. And people don't start seeing. One thing I keep telling y'all, and I've been telling y'all for a while, you can't fool the room when they in the room. You cannot fool the players when they in the room. They gonna see. Oh, they see. They see. When you in a quarterback room, they know who better than who. When you in a running back room, you know who better than who. I keep trying to tell you. I told you that about Colorado's situation 3 months ago. The quarterback room, they know who the best in that room. They know. It ain't no secret. I wish I could do what he do. I wish I could move like that. I wish I could move and throw like that. Same thing about Cleveland Roll. Boy, I wish I were accurate like him. Boy, he played that ball now like I used to do when I was 23, even though I'm 41 now. Yeah, players know players. Players know players. They know the talent in that room. They know. T.I., they know. They know. Once again, fam, I'm just trying to tell y'all things are going to change in the Cleveland situation. In that quarterback room, they finna do some backtracks. They are finna do some backtracks. You finna see somebody do the Ursher. You finna see him do the yeah, Chris Brown. And every now and then you might see Tony G. We're gonna make you put on that glove. That Michael Jackson glove, what G. Bush was talking about today. We're gonna make you put on that glove and moonwalk yourself right out of there. Keep messing around. A change is coming. Yeah, a change is coming. You already know a change is coming because Shedeur Sanders is putting that work in. He putting that work in because they know the reports that they are putting out, their actions from Shedeur Sanders don't match up. Whenever you can put a video together to whatever somebody don't put out, and it don't match up, yeah, you know they lying. And now they're gonna do some backtrack. Well, Miss Sabrina, what's going on, Robert Washington? What's up, Amber? Check this out. I'm gonna share your article that I ran across today from a former NFL quarterback. This is what he had to say about Shedeur Sanders. And it's interesting. I can't believe ain't nobody reported on this yet, but I'm gonna report because he told the truth. One thing about a quarterback, they know another quarterback. Yeah. One thing about a quarterback, they know a quarterback when they see one. Oh, they know. They know. Uh, what y'all won't let me be great. It won't let me get. It won't let me be great. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get me right. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Come on, Stream, I pay y'all too much money a month not to let me get right. Let me get right. All right, here we go. Redskins quarterback Joe Theismann. Joe Theismann, a former NFL MVP quarterback, has offered positive remarks about Shedeur Sanders. He went on to say Shedeur Sanders' success is due to his talent, not just his famous last name. And they highlighted, oh, my dog, who don't look nothing like Shedeur, who don't look nothing like Coach Prime, who don't even look like nobody like me. A former NFL MVP quarterback. I've been telling y'all, players know players. They know players. They know players. He said Shedeur Sanders' success is due to his talent. His talent, not just his famous last name. He let the Cleveland Browns know Shedeur Sanders is a dog. And he ain't no dog just because he coached prime summer. Shedeur Sanders is QB1, and he ain't QB1 just because of his dad's name is Deion Sanders. He letting you know, Cleveland Browns, I don't observe your quarterback room, and I'm like B. Watt. They ain't got nothing on Shedeur Sanders. He let you know right there. He also said, I believe Shedeur has the potential to be a successful NFL quarterback. He highlighting his work ethic. He's seeing them videos just like I'm saying. He's seeing them videos just like you seeing. He's seeing them videos that coming out of that camp just like we seeing. And he also reading those reports, what the beat writers saying, and it ain't matching up. Once again, Joe Theismann, a MVP of the Washington Redskins in the NFL, said the highlighting his work ethic, football knowledge, and playmaking ability as a key factor. And it ain't because of his last name. He also suggests that Shedeur Sanders needs to put in extra effort to earn the respect of his teammates. And he doing that. Everything that a MVP NFL quarterback is saying Shedeur Sanders already doing. Already doing. And he went on to say these words right here, folks. Lord knows I appreciate y'all tonight on this Saturday night. He also stated that Shedeur Sanders' success is a result of his talent and dedication, not simply because of who his father is. Same thing I just got to read. Joe Theismann said Shedeur Sanders is a good quarterback. It ain't because of his last name. It ain't because of his dad's name is Deion Sanders. He also said focus on your work ethic. He stresses that the importance of hard work, studying the game, and understanding the system to gain the respect of your teammate. As you do it already, my game. I played once again. I played you the video of yesterday what one of his wide receivers that went viral had to say about Shedeur. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now. Joe Theismann said, I believe Sanders has the tools to succeed and suggest that will continue dedication, he can become a valuable player for the Cleveland Browns. Potential growth. Potential growth. Joe Theismann. Joe Theismann, MVP, quarterback of the NFL. He letting the Cleveland Browns know up front, this dude is all that, and it ain't because of his last name. It ain't because of Deion. He knew y'all treated him wrong in that NFL draft. He know that. He know that. The fraternity. Somebody got Coach Prime back who played the game. Who played the game. Got his back. He let you know his son is just as good as that the Manning boy. And the narrative is finna change. Put some respect on Shedeur Sanders' name. And it finna start. Because why? I just told you why it's gonna change. It finna change. Because the lights is finna get brighter. Because the lights is finna get hot. Because the cameras, more cameras are coming to Cleveland because of the brand of Shedeur Sanders. It's an interesting story. It's the only story in the NFL that people are concerned about. It's the only story in the NFL that people want to see, intrigued in. And every time you turn around, once again, family, every time you turn around, Andrew Barry, the general manager, is in the news. Every time you turn around, family, every time you turn around, family, Kevin Stefanski, the head coach, is in the news. Neither one of those guys gonna be out there on that football field. So why they are in the news? Why? Because they've been losing. They've been losing. They're in charge of a losing franchise. You don't know the general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs. You don't know the general manager of the Baltimore Ravens unless you Google it. You don't even know the general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles. Only reason why you know the general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles because he hit home runs on just about every pick he picked. And that's it. And you know why? He come to get them Georgia boys. That's why his name. Yeah. He come to get them Georgia boys. Let JR know that. He come to get that's why everybody know his name. Everybody know his name. Don't nobody know. Don't nobody know. Don't nobody know the Philadelphia Eagles general manager, nor the Kansas City Chiefs general manager. Don't nobody know the Cincinnati Bengals general manager. But everybody know the Cleveland Browns general manager. He been wrong and wrong and wrong ever since he been there. And that's why he's staying in the news. Every time you turn around and look at the NFL draft, the first 3 picks out of those picks, the Cleveland Browns don't have one of them for the last 10 years. They haven't won the division since 1989. Bernie Kosar was the quarterback. That's sad. That's sad. And now everybody talking about the Cleveland Browns because of Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is bringing the spotlight to the Cleveland Browns in a good way. But the Cleveland Browns want to play around like they cray-cray, like they really don't know what's going on, like they really incompetent to running a franchise. And it could be they don't. They didn't want Baker Mayfield. They didn't want Johnny Manziel, but they got a quarterback at Shedeur Sanders. Once again, everybody ain't been through what you've been through. Shedeur Sanders ain't been through what Johnny Manziel been through. Shedeur Sanders ain't been through what Baker Mayfield been through. Shedeur Sanders haven't even been through what Deshaun Watson been through. He just ain't. This dude and his father turned around 2 major college programs, one in the HBCU and another in the Power Five, Jackson State University and Colorado. Colorado, I'm just trying to tell y'all, put some respect on Shedeur Sanders' name. This dude ain't no chump. You know doggone well Joe Flacco is not better than Shedeur Sanders. You know doggone well Kenny Pickett is not better than Shedeur Sanders. You know doggone well with all your football sense and degrees that you got and experience that you got in the NFL, no, Kenny Pickett is not better than Shedeur Sanders. Stop the foolishness. Stop being the talking point of the NFL in a negative way. Put some respect on your own name. Rise up and be the king that you are. Own your division. Win your division. You ain't won the division since 1989. Step up. Step up in that paint and work. Y'all the one who need to work. Shedeur working. What is you doing, Andrew Bear? What are you doing, Kevin Stefanski? What are you doing? You need to prove yourself. Shedeur don't need to prove himself. You can check his background. You can check his track record. What you done did, Andrew Bear? What the hell you don't want? I'm just trying to tell you. We know you got the education. What have you won? Why Shedeur got to come in and work and prove himself? What you done did? Yeah, be watched. Sports talk, be watched. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find. I'm here every night, 2 times a day, if not 3. What you done did? What have you done? Who give you the right to ask and tell Shedeur he need to come in and prove himself when you up there making all these bad picks for the last 4 or 5 years and still picking in the first and second pick of every NFL draft you done been a part of? What the heck is you done? Kevin Stefanski, I know they gave you the coach of the year in 2023 because Flacco found lightning in the bottle and he got y'all to the playoff. But you still ain't done that. You ain't won that. I tell you what, once again, go 1-5. Go 1-4. You won't even make it to the sixth game. You won't even take that plane trip to when y'all go to Berlin. You think that owner finna sit around and be the laughing stock again? 2 years in a row. When everybody looking at him. All the cameras and the spotlight is on him. Put some respect on Shedeur Sanders' name. That's all I'm trying to tell you. He don't earn it. He putting the work in. He out there doing what he's supposed to do, and he doing that work. He putting that work in. The report is that you all have had the best draft that you ever had up under Andrew Berry this year. And the only reason that is because Shedeur Sanders. And you just need a quarterback. You really could have. You really messed it up. This the next thing gonna come out if you don't hit. They gonna say you made the worst decision in NFL history if Travis Hunter go out there and win Rookie of the Year. Because remember Andrew Berry, remember, and I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire on this. You could have had Travis Hunter actually do it. Remember that now. Remember. So the next time you pick somebody and you ask them and you tell them, come in and put your head down and go to work, they ought to come back and tell you that. You need to put your head down and you do some work. I tell you what, draft me next year as your first pick and see what I tell you. Why you didn't pick Travis Hunter? Why you didn't pick Travis Hunter, man? Explain that to me. Somebody need to answer that question. That's one question that need to be answered. Why you didn't pick a Heisman Trophy winner in Travis Hunter? In Travis Hunter. Once again, big dog, you need to go to work. Sports Talk will be watched. Hosted by Bernard Watt. Go to work, Andrew. Stay out of the camera. Stay out of the spotlight. Kevin Stefanski, do your job. Do your job. People keep telling me that you are a quarterback guru. They keep saying that, but you ain't showed me that. I don't see not one quarterback under your resume that you have trained, that you have mentored, and that you have brought up through the ranks that's been an MVP at that quarterback position. Since you're supposed to be the guru, since you're supposed to be one of the best, bright offensive coordinators, play caller in the league. Show me. Show me what you got. Kanye West. Kanye West sang that song. Show me what you got. And wave it. And wave it. Him and Jay-Z. You heard that song? I'm just trying to tell you. Show me what you got. Show me. Shedeur don't show us what he got. We know what he got. It only take about $2 or $3. He just need about $2 or $3 to go out there with him and let's ride. That's all he needs. The rest of them can't say that. You can't say that about the rest of them. Shedeur only need $2 or $3 to go out there and ride, and they gonna ride with you. They at least get a wild card if Shedeur play all 17 games. Promise, guaranteed, guaranteed. But once again, training camp finna start, and what you put on film and what you do on that field, only thing that matters. You cannot hide when it's competition. Finna hit this training camp. You can't hide. Spotlight on y'all. Everybody tuning in. Everybody want to see how it's going to turn out. Is it really going to turn out the way Mary Kay done wrote it? Is it really going to turn out the way Tony Grossman done wrote it? Films don't lie. Play on the field don't lie. And we up front, close, watch. And we're going to get ready to report them. Is it really going to turn out the way they said? or is it really gonna turn out the way sports talk what B Watt say? Yeah, we put our money on B Watt. Yeah, you can go with that. You can go with that. We here for it. We here for it. You see, Flacco don't have his chance. He don't have his chance. He had his chance. He don't play a good. He don't have a good career. His career over. Over with. Kenny Pickett, he don't have his moments. He had his moments with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had his moments with the Philadelphia Eagles. He had his moments. It's time to move on from that. You drafted two quarterbacks in this past NFL draft, and that was Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. It's time to see what these young guys can do on that football field. And 9 times out of 10, Shedeur Sanders gonna come out on top in each category. It don't matter what it is. He gonna beat Dylan Gabriel out. He a better quarterback than he is. Why? Because it's the play on the field. The play on the field gonna tell it all. He bringing his brand, and you can't knock him for that. He earned that. He got a brand. That's why people are excited about Cleveland because of the Shedeur Sanders brand, the Deion Sanders factor. He got a brand. He bring a strong arm. He's not a camp arm quarterback. He's not a scout quarterback. Shedeur is a franchise quarterback. The countdown is on to week 1 of the NFL season, and it starts during training camp. The countdown is on, and we ready for it. The road to redemption starts July the 18th. Well, why you saying the road to uh, redemption, be what? Because y'all tried to kill this man's name during that NFL draft, and I don't like that. Didn't like it at all. I still got a nasty taste in my mouth about that situation. It started with the New York Giants. Only thing he had to come out and say, I'm not interested in Coach Prime and his son. I want Jackson Dart because he remind me of Josh Allen and really could have just said, hey, we don't look at your history anyway. You ain't never drafted an African American quarterback. Jeff came out and said that we've been doing that. But you said he was unprepared. You said he didn't know the playbook. We saw the video of Jackson Dart when he came in the room. He didn't even have the playbook. He had a notebook. Notebook, sir. Yeah, the road to redemption, to restore the Sanders name and the brand because of the way that you treated him during that NFL draft. Some said it was collusion. Some said it was because of Coach Prime wanted to coach his sons in the NFL. It could be both ways. It could be. But whatever it was wrong. And we're gonna call you out on it. It was wrong because his talent, his talent alone should have went above of what you thought about it. Yeah. You might have drafted him in the 5th round to save some money, but guess what? In 4 more years, we coming back for that money. We want it all. You're gonna have to pay up or do something. You're gonna do something. So I really advise you to take advantage of the opportunity by building your roster up, finding out what Shedeur need and what he can do on that football field, and going forward next year in 2 or 3 years, you should be in at least the AFC Championship game because you ain't paying really no franchise quarterback money. You paying him a special team money. Special team money. He getting $4 million a year. $1 million a year, I mean, over 4 years. Once taxes is coming out of that 1 million, he probably gets $775,000 every year. But we ain't sweating the money. We want our name back. Go we want. We want the Sanders name and the Sanders brand back. That's what we want. The road to redemption starts July the 18th. You can't hide us now. We here. We are here. You can't label that 5th round draft pick on me now because Shedeur Sanders is here. The narrative is going to change when training camp starts. because the tapes and what you do on the field is going to show his head to his enemies and to his fans. One thing Coach Prime said, and I like it and I agree about it. Coach Prime said, you going to watch us. You know why? Because you're going to watch us because you like us. You going to watch us. You know why? You going to watch us because you don't like us. You going to watch either way because we got a show coming to your time. You can believe that. You can believe we coming because it's all about the brand. You see, you find it out during OTA that Shedeur Sanders can command a huddle on the NFL level. Oh, you find out that he can diagnose the defense and pre-snap. You find out you might try to paint that narrative, but you find out. You find out he just ain't no count on quarterback. You find out very quick. You find out when you brought him up top and he ran with that second team offense and he put up that 77 pass and completion rating and they got out there on the streets and them YouTube streets and them Twitter streets and them Instagram streets and it went viral. Oh, you find out Shedeur is the different type of quarterback than what we got in this room right now. You find out. You might have didn't want to find out the way that you find out, but you find out that he can deliver the ball on time with rhythm. You find out that he knows when a defensive back is blitzing or disguising in a zone in a cover two defense. Oh, you find out he knows that. You find out. You might have didn't think you were gonna find out, but you find out. You find out very quickly how good Shedeur Sanders is. And what you really find out, the fan base ain't gonna let go. Yeah, you thought we were gonna run away, but the only thing you did is brought us closer. You ever heard that song that sang in church on Sunday near the cross? I tell you what, go ask your mama and your grandmama about it. Near the cross. Yeah, where our first lady. Yeah, you already know. You know it now. Okay, near the cross. Yeah, you find out. You drew us near the cross. Take that with you today. Take Cleveland Brown. Yeah, Mary Kay. Take that with you today. You thought you were gonna get rid of us. No, you didn't. We ain't going nowhere. You drew us near the cross. That's what you did. You drew us. Yeah, you drew us near. Yeah, we was gonna fall back. Nah, we coming harder now, near the cross. Why first what? Yeah, yeah. You stoned and death. We're gonna stone you back to death. Now you hit me, we're gonna hit you right back. No, you supposed to turn and cheat shit. That was my granddaddy did. I ain't my granddaddy. You hit me, we're gonna hit you back. It's 2025. Okay then. Yeah, all right then. Yeah, you don't want this smoke. You really want this smoke, you're gonna get it. Yeah, you're gonna get it because Shedeur is coming. He coming. Whether you want to or not. He coming. He ain't laying down. He ain't coming to be no bag up to Joe Flacco. He's not coming to be a bag up to Kenny Pickett nor Dylan Gabriel because he knows he's better than them. And the film is out there. Your own people don't report it. And the narrative once again have changed. The people inside those radio stations are singing a new song. Little by little, and like Bobby Brown said, every little step I take, yeah, every little step they take, they moonwalking. They doing the Chris Brown. Yeah, they doing the Usher. Every little step I take. They moonwalking back though. They going backwards. They walking back everything they said about this young lad 3 months ago. Slowly but surely, they moonwalking. But you got to put on that glove, Tony G. We want you to put that glove on. When you get to that mic, put that glove on, and we'll be satisfied. Sports talk. We'll be watching. Hey, family, it's been a good night. But look here. I didn't mean to ignore y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. You already know how we do. When I get in the zone, I stay in one. I don't want to come out of it. I don't want to lose my concentration. I want to get off what I want to get off. But Travis Hunter got potential to be the rookie of the year. He got potential. It's set up good for him. They know he's the star. They know he's the show. They finna put him in their position to be the star. They ain't worrying about winning this year. They want to showcase a new version of Travis Hunter. The owner crazy about Travis Hunter. The general manager, the young guy, love Travis Hunter. The head coach gonna let Travis Hunter do what Travis Hunter want to do. They see them ticket sales. They see how the fan base is reacting to Travis Hunter, a generation type of player out there in Jacksonville. Whether that quarterback get with the program or not, Travis Hunter gonna make him get with the program. The same way Travis Hunter was going off on the sideline with Shedeur, trust me, don't get him the ball. He wants that ball. He gonna lead that team in reception. Travis Hunter will be the best wide receiver, the best wide receiver for Jacksonville Jaguars. He the best wide receiver on the team. I understand about the other wide receiver that he got. I give you that. But guess what? Travis Hunter finna get ready to ball out. He finna get ready to ball out. He bought that line at that on the offensive side because he loved the ball in his hand. Now when he on defense, I don't think they're gonna try him that much. They're gonna try him to see if he all that. But once he make that pick or one or two picks, them quarterback gonna stay away from him. Because you gotta look at the division he's in. He's in a weak division. Only is Trevor Lawrence can be the quarterback that he was in college. If he is, Travis Hunter gonna walk away with this NFL Rookie of the Year. I know Gentry gonna give him a run for his money. Maybe even Cam Ward might give Travis Hunter a run for his money. Only person I see that could beat Travis Hunter for the Rookie of the Year is Shedeur Sanders. If Shedeur Sanders grown is named QB1 game one and play all 17 games, he's gonna be the Rookie of the Year because he's gonna do some things that people ain't expecting him to do. But just in case Shedeur is not, Travis Hunter has a clear path to being the Rookie of the Year. Another person that can sneak in and take it from him depends on the situation that go down in Baltimore. Is LaJohntay Webster enter the season as that number one slot receiver with the relationship and the connection because they Florida boys, LaJohntay and Lamar Jackson may be a connection that can't be overlooked. Because we know LaJohntay got a resume that he brings to the NFL, that he did at two colleges. He wasn't no slouch when he got to Colorado, and he wasn't no slouch when he left Colorado. So if Lamar Jackson and LaJohntay, boy, that ooh wee, yeah. Oh, Travis, huh? Oh, Shedeur. It's gonna be a beautiful thing this year, y'all. Football is gonna be off the chain. In college, with Colorado, and man, look at here. You just can't overlook LaJohntay, y'all. If he can get in there, and if he get that slot starting position, boy, him and Lamar Jackson connection, boy, that gonna be woo. Because you already know LaJohntay come out of them breaks, and quick as he is, and Lamar Jackson gonna be looking for him. I'm just trying to tell you, family. You can't count him out. But right now, since Travis played both ways, and the NFL is pushing Travis, and he's a Heisman Trophy winner, you got to get an edge to him right now. You got to get an edge to him. You got to get an edge to him. Yeah. So when I look at, yeah, I got to go with Travis. But if Shedeur Sanders is QB1 day one, oh, Shedeur getting that thing. Yeah. He gonna get that. You can take that to the bank. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can count on that. You can count that. It's done deal. Yeah, Shedeur getting that because he going to a franchise and had a quarterback since 1989. That gonna carry weight. That's gonna be a story all by itself. And everybody gonna be tuned in to Shedeur Sanders. It because now his last name is gonna play a factor in that. But Travis Hunter is the darling for the NFL right now. Yeah, he's the darling. He's the darling of the NFL right now. He's the darling. Travis Hunter is the darling of the NFL right now. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just believe. Zip, what's going on, Zip? Well, you finally caught one. I ain't been seeing you. Money Man, what's up, man? What's up, bro? I didn't know you was in here. Yeah, but once again, like I said, it's this thing. I'm gonna get crunked, y'all. But they're gonna have to put some respect on my dog now. They're gonna have to, that they gonna have to put some respect on his name. They're gonna have to put some respect on my boy name now. Shedeur Sanders gonna the light's gonna come on and it's gonna be bright. That's all I'm trying to tell you. The light's gonna come on and it's gonna be bright because the players are talking. The players are talking. What they saying, be what? You know, Cinco already been saying the boy look different from the rest of the quarterback competition. He looked different from Joe Flacco. He looked different. I'm just trying to tell you, he looked different. He just looked different. He said he looked different, family, than Kenny Pickett. He looked different. The players are saying that. What are they saying about Joe? The own media. I keep trying to tell you, the media have already, they are already in rap form of finna flip the script because they know they've been caught up in some lies when them videos started hitting. And once again, like I told you, even they listen to me and writing everything down I say, oh, we just on the same page. Everything they saying, they come back the next day and been on reporting. You remember when I told y'all that everybody keep hollering Joe Flacco, Joe Flacco? Well, here they go another proof right here. If I were in any other city, oh, how much of Jesus? We are climbing Jacob ladder. Yeah, we're going up a little higher. We climbing Jacob ladder. I'm just getting ready for church tomorrow. That's all. If I were in any other city but Cleveland, I would jump to say that Joe Flacco is washed. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Whoo, Lord, keep me near the cross. Well, first, what, Lord Jesus. If I were in any other city but Cleveland, same thing I said 2 weeks ago and been saying, and it came out the other day. If I was in any other city but Cleveland, I would have jumped to say that Joe Flacco is watching. Wouldn't you? The radio station, 92.3. Even they can see the writing on the wall. And slowly turning the situation around or what they've been speaking on. Talking bad about Shedeur before he got there. Now, them videos came out because some of them didn't go to OTAs and didn't see the fan work on Shedeur Sanders. They thought he was a lot of hype, but they finding out that the hype is real. And once again, if they were in any other city, if Joe Flacco was in Baltimore, if he was in Dallas, if he was in Philadelphia, if he was in Texas, if he was in Kansas City, if he was in the New York Giants or the New York Jets or the Atlanta Falcons, he would be what? Washed. He'll be washed. But he in Cleveland. He in Cleveland. He in Cleveland with Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry, the owner, who people are talking about. I mean, the owner, general manager, who people are talking about during the all season. During the all season, family. Ain't nobody talking about now another general manager. Now another general manager is in the news. But he find himself in the news every day. And now another head coach is in the news in the NFL. But Kevin Stefanski find himself in the news. And just like my dog said, G. Bush, ain't nobody coming to see, ain't nobody in their right mind coming to see Andrew Berry, nor or anybody in their right mind gonna pay their money to come and see Kevin Stefanski. After the owner, only person left is that quarterback, your franchise quarterback. They know the owner, but the next person they know for your team is the quarterback. When you look at when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, the first thing you say, Kansas City Chiefs, somebody gonna say Patrick Mahomes. When you say Baltimore Ravens, they ain't gonna say nothing about the general manager. Hell, some of y'all don't even know the head coach name. They gonna say, who? Lamar Jackson. When even you say the Dallas Cowboys, they gonna say Jerry Jones. Then who the next person they gonna say? Dak Prescott. It plain and simple, folks. It's just plain and simple. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now. Everybody want, everybody want, everybody want the Cleveland Browns to succeed. But the Cleveland Browns, you can't make this stuff up, man. Everybody want them to succeed and be winners, but they the only one don't want to win. I ain't never seen no shit. Excuse me, Lord. I ain't never, Lord, keep me near the cross. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my entire life. In my entire life. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Andrew Berry. Ain't nobody coming paying their hard-earned money to see Kevin Stefanski over there with a paper in his hand calling a play to the quarterback. And I'm damn sure ain't coming out there to see no Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, or Dylan Gary. I just ain't gonna do it. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna cover Cleveland. Nah, I'm not. Let Shedeur don't go out there game one. First snap. Cleveland Brown, you lost one off your digital chart, off your YouTube chart. I bet you that. The rest of y'all can stay, but be wise ain't thing. I'm only here for Shedeur Sanders. That's it. Man, I'll be over there talking about Shiloh, which I'm gonna do anyway. Which I'm gonna do anyway. I'm just trying to tell you, y'all got a chance, and you have a franchise quarterback, Michael Smith. They have one, TC, Prince Benir, Zipper Jones. They got a franchise quarterback, and it should do. He's the only quarterback in the room that got an upside. Ain't nobody else got an upside. Nah, they just don't. What the upside to Joe Flacco? He ain't gonna be there next year. What's the upside to Dylan Kenny Pickett? They declined his fifth year option. They told him out the gate that they didn't want him back next year. What that tell you? What do that tell you? What do that tell you? So I expect them, and I hope, and they should see what they got in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders when it all come down to the nitty gritty. When it come down to the competition, see what you have in the two quarterbacks that you drafted. That's Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And at the end, hey, the best man wins. If Dylan Gabriel go out there and beat Shedeur, I'll be the first one to say congratulations. If it's honest and fair. And each player get the same opportunity. Hey, you deserve it, Dylan Gabriel. But I'll bet just about anything I get, this dude will not beat Shedeur Sanders out at quarterback at nowhere in the country and nowhere on a team. No matter where they playing it, he just won't be. He just won't beat him out. He don't have the talent. One thing about the quarterback position, You got to have the talent. You can have all the sense in the world, but you ain't got the talent to go out there and perform. You ain't gonna do good. You just not. They got defensive linemen that coming at that quarterback that run a 4.5 or 4.6 in the 40. Let that sink in. You got 320-pound guys that can run a 4.5 and 4.6 in a 40-yard dash. That lets you know how quick they are and how light they are on their feet. Go look at the Philadelphia defensive line and just about each one of them from the University of Georgia. They can just run just as fast as a tight end and a running back. It is what it is. It's just a true fact. What makes you think Joe Flacco gonna get away from a blitz at 41 years old? When a defense really, really dial it up, what makes you think your 41-year-old legs gonna be able to move and get out of the way and get away from a 25-year-old and a 28-year-old young whippersnapper that come in and try to send your butt to that medical team? You really think Joe Flacco want to go through that? He don't. They just pushing that nine. They just pushing that nine. That's all. It's just talk. It's just talk. If you told me before this draft that Shedeur Sanders was going to the Cleveland Browns and they got a quarterback room with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett on it, and they will beat Shedeur out, now I'll bet everything I had in my life. And still will. And still will. Because you can't sell that to nobody. Ain't nobody buying that. The former NFL players are not buying it. The players are in the NFL. They're not buying it. They're just not. I'm trying to figure out. Some of y'all keep saying that Shedeur Sanders should wait till the 8th or 9th game. For what? Yeah. For what? This ain't daycare. This the NFL. If Shedeur want to be a quarterback in the NFL, he better be ready to go game one. This is not daycare school. It just ain't. Hold him out to the 8 games until he play the line class or somebody like that, somebody team that he can beat. I said, what the heck? Who? Why would you want? You just you telling me everything you think about Shedeur. When I hear somebody say that, hold them out to the 4th or 5th game after they get through playing Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow because their schedule is too brutal in the first half of the season. This competition, this football, this Shedeur Sanders is one of the toughest quarterbacks that was in the draft. He played behind one of the worst offensive lines 2 years in college at Colorado. What makes you think he ain't big enough or tough enough to play now? Only thing I can see that Shedeur shouldn't go out if he don't know the playbook. And you can't perform the way Shedeur don't perform in OTAs and don't know that playbook. I'm not buying that. He know that playbook. You can't sell me that. You can't sell me that Joe Flacco is better than Shedeur Sanders. You cannot sell me that Kenny Pickett is better than Shedeur Sanders. You cannot sell me that Dylan Gabriel is better than Shedeur Sanders. And another thing you can't sell me that Shedeur Sanders don't know the playbook. You can't go out there and throw them passes like he's throwing and to who you're throwing it to. He wouldn't know the route. He wouldn't know where they were going to go. He would never threw a 77% pass completion rating if he didn't know the play. How are you going to check out our play if he didn't know the playbook? I'm with you tonight. Tonight, let your heart feel right. You can't sell me that. You just can't. You can't. And if you're trying to sell me that, that means you really ain't for Shedeur. You really ain't. You just bandwagon. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. You ain't telling me a whole lot nobody else. The whole lot. Why Shedeur got the whole lot? You don't think Shedeur can go head to head with The Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow. Ain't like they got the #1 defense in the country. If you didn't want them to play, you shouldn't want Shedeur to play up against the Philadelphia Eagles when they get ready to roll up in town. That's the team you shouldn't want them to play on. But Cincinnati, what's so tough about their defense? You must have seen their defense last year. Okay, then you better do your homework. They will beat they will beat Cincinnati in the home open if Shedeur is to start. I'm taking that to the bank and be ready for Lamar Jackson with his no passing self and no throwing self in Baltimore. Ain't like he throwing no 77%, 80% passing. It ain't like he doing that. We ain't worrying about that running back they got. They got Miles Garrett on defense, the best and the biggest, baddest defensive tackle in the NFL. So we're gonna offset that. So what's so tough about Joe Burrow and what's so tough about Lamar Jackson? That Shador can't handle. Why he gotta wait? I'm just saying. We ain't trying to throw no games away. Just like throwing games to me. Yeah, we're gonna lose the first 5 games. We don't want Shador to go out there. What? Where y'all get that from? Why y'all thinking like that? They got to play them again. They in the same division. You play each team twice. We ain't waiting on nothing. Not over here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Y'all might go wait somewhere else, but we ain't waiting on them over here. We want game 1, day 1, ready. Matter of fact, need to start installing that offense with the first string July the 22nd when them bets get there. That's what I want. Yeah. We coming for it. We ain't dodging nothing. Nothing. We want it all. Walk them down, 12. Walk them down. Because I'm telling you, that narrative is finna to change. Because Shedeur Sanders is coming for that QB1. Respect Shedeur Sanders. Respect that game. And respect that name. It finna change. It finna change. They finna do the Ursher. And they finna do, yeah, Chris Brown. You don't watch it, you'll be looking in the corner and Tony Grossman and Mary Kay. They might not do the they might not do the Chris Brown. They might not even do the Ursher. When Shador go out there, hit them up for 4 touchdowns, 300 yards, and no interception, they might be doing a Lil Wayne. Be what? What you mean doing a Lil Wayne? What you mean by doing a Lil Wayne? Then in that corner, smoking. Shador, Shador. Yeah, we don't wreck the nerve that bad. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna mess around. Hey, if you could do either you do the Michael Jackson or you can do the Lil Wayne. Which one you want? You gotta do one on. We're gonna send you to rehab. Yeah, yeah. Which one you want? You make that choice. Yeah, you make that choice, Mary Kay. Since you want to hate so much, you make that choice. What you want to do? You want to bag it up, drop it like it hot, or do you want to do the Chris Brown? The Chris Brown. Do you want to do the Usher, or do you want to go in that corner and do the Lil Wayne with the red cup? You want that served? Sports talk. We'll be what? Oh, Simply Sarah said, Mary Kay said they franchise quarterback is in next year's draft. Be what? Yeah, only reason she's saying that, like I said 2 weeks ago, and just about every day. Only reason they saying that because once again, they were the first one who went out to OTA. They are the first one, the only ones that could go out and watch those practice. married. Simply said, the only reason they're saying that is because they saw Joe Flacco 55% completion rate. So they know he ain't the future. They was the only one was out there that were allowed to go out there doing the press. Because don't nobody want to go to OTA, don't nobody want to go to recommended camp. The only reason they saying that Stephanie said she also saw Kenny Pickett, 53% pass completion rate. He looked horrible. She just didn't want to say it. So she had to say the quarterback is in next year's draft. She also saw Dylan Gabriel. He threw the ball almost 100 times, 55% pass completion rate. And she also heard Zach Jackson on ESPN Cleveland at 92.3 with G. Bush them and said Dylan Gabriel looked like he don't even belong in the NFL. Well, they have one more quarterback left on the team. You really thought she was going to come back and say Shedeur Sanders is their franchise quarterback? People don't talk like that when they don't look like you. The reason why she said what you saying, simply said, is the next quarterback is in the next year draft. Anytime you hear somebody say that, that's why. Sports talk will be watched. Hope I answer your question. But Shedeur Sanders is going to crash his party July the 18th. It's the redemption tour. We want our name back. We want our name back. And somebody got to pay. And in the NFL, they're going to pay. In college, Georgia Tech, y'all got to pay. It started with y'all first with the K Salter Show. And Coach Prime, my dog, Coach Prime, gonna try to beat him 50-0. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm trying to tell you what I know. The redemption tour of the Sanders name is gonna be on blast. Ain't that right, Coach Prime? Ain't that right, buddy? Okay. I thought I was on. All right, big dog. Hey, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I don't think I do it. I won't do nothing in the morning, but I'll see y'all tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Coach Dre. All right. Once again, thanks for watching. Sports Talk will be watched. Y'all have a good night, and may the grace of God continue to bless each and one of you spiritually, educational, and financially, that you may be the person and that your family may be the family that God wants you to be. Once again, good night, and thank you for watching. Sports Talk will be watched.